God can be encountered everywhere, that God is everywhere, and that's not only a truism, it's actually true. We can worship God in the open, under a brush arbor, in a beautiful cathedral. But as we look through the Bible, we see over and over again that there are places where God creates or appoints, or that become places where he particularly encounters his people. He puts Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. He doesn't just leave them out wandering on the plain somewhere. Jacob meets God in his ladder, Jacob's ladder, the angels ascending and descending, and he puts a stone there to remember that he encountered God in that place. And there are many place names in the Old Testament that come from encounters that people had with God in that particular place and are named that. Solomon, in his dedicatory prayer when the temple was completed in Jerusalem, admitted this. He prayed, "Oh Lord, the heaven of heavens can't contain you, much less a building. And yet," he says, "I'm asking you to hear the prayer of your servant. Put your name in this place. May your eyes be open day and night to this place. May you hear the prayers of your people in this place." And so that truth, that impulse that God encounters us in place, that place is important. Our created nature makes not only time but place important for us, means that throughout the history of the church, we've set aside places. In fact, the prayer of consecration, or the prayers of consecration in the liturgy for consecrating a church in the prayer book, actually refer to Solomon's prayer. And so the thing that I find particularly exciting is that we will have a place for that kind of encounter. We certainly encounter God in this room where we are. We've encountered God in all the places where we've met, whether it was outside or inside, but this will be a place dedicated to that. And so it will come to have a special kind of character, something that I a number of years ago realized that it's not a magic thing, right? It's not that there's inherent holiness in a place. It's because the holiness is adherent. It adheres to the place because the people of God who are called by him to be holy in Christ, as we're formed more and more in Christ, that holiness permeates the places where we regularly encounter him. And so the idea of having a building where we can encounter God in worship, and then in all the things that flow out from worship, our evangelism, our ministries, everything else, is tremendously exciting to me. It'll be a place that's formed. We will initially form it in all our discussions about what we can afford and phase this and phase that and the plans. And it will be guided, certainly in the space for worship in the nave, by the prayer book, but it will also be that space will form us. And so that's why we're taking great care now, in the midst of our excitement, to have a place that will form us, that will allow the liturgy to form us more and more into the image of Christ. That won't just be the case for us. It'll be the case for generations to come. 20 years from now, 50, 100 years from now, people will be formed by their encounter with God in that place.